Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I want to give a special recognition to our legislators that are here in the audience. Always grateful for their help and for their partnership. And glad that we have a few of you here during the summer. Kind of nice. And the team at SAS that helped make today's announcement possible. I especially want to thank Secretary of Shared Administrative Services, Leslie Fiskin, for all of her hard work on Arkansas Forward. She's been one of the primary and key drivers of this initiative, and its success is because of her hard work and dedication. And we know that there have been a lot of long nights and a lot of days and hours that have gone into this, and you and your team have just done a tremendous job. We're also joined by my budget director, Selby, who is over in the corner. Despite just being a few days away, literally days away from giving birth to her first child, is joining to celebrate in this initiative, and she has played a key role, and really grateful for all that she's doing. And we're going to miss you over the next couple of weeks, short weeks. Yeah. We'll try not to get into too much trouble while you're gone. She is the office's #1 budget hawk, and her love of spreadsheets actually makes the rest of us kind of like budget meetings. Secretary of DF&A, Jim Hudson, couldn't be here with us today, but has been equally involved in today's announcement. His advice has steered us in the right direction in so many different places, and so really grateful for his commitment to this initiative. Today, we are excited to announce the Arkansas Forward Dashboard. It is a one-stop shop for any Arkansan interested in learning more about how my administration is saving money and delivering better services for the people of our state. Leslie will come up here in a few minutes and walk you through this site, and I know her team has spent hours and hours digging through the numbers on the dashboard, making sure everything is clear, concise, and accurate as we roll out this newest addition to the program. More exciting than the numbers on the webpage is what they actually represent, which is hundreds of millions of dollars in savings and efficiencies for the people of our state. The motto behind Arkansas Forward is save money, better services, which probably sounds a little bit familiar to most people from Arkansas because we adapted it from our good friends in Bentonville, because the vision that drives the world's #1 retailer isn't far off from the vision we hope that will drive our state budget. We want to deliver the best possible services at the lowest possible cost for the people of Arkansas. Some of the savings we've discovered were long overdue. For example, we used to have hundreds of unused phone and fax lines scattered throughout state government, many which were no longer used at all, and some that were assigned to employees who no longer even worked in state government. Cutting those lines will save the taxpayer $1.4 million a year. The Department of Corrections used to require offenders on community supervision to pay fees using a money order and was processing an average of 400 money orders a day. That cost us postage fees and used up state employees' time unnecessarily. Now that we've gone paperless, offenders can call or submit payments online. This simple change is saving us $400,000. The Department of Human Services renegotiated their contract with an information support service for the child welfare system, getting added services without increasing the price of the contract. That will deliver $5.2 million worth of new services for no additional cost to the taxpayer. Across the entirety of state government, Arkansas Forward has already verified more than $118 million in savings and efficiencies, with many more on the way. And now they are all listed in detail on the Arkansas Forward dashboard. We are confident that Arkansas Forward will deliver at least $300 million in savings and then blow right past that number. But more than just dollars and cents, this initiative has also changed mentalities within state government. We're always looking to save money. We're always looking to pass those savings on to the taxpayer. And we're never okay with something just because that's the way it's always been done. It's that kind of thinking that has allowed us to cut income taxes by 25% in the 3.5 years since I took office. and it's what will allow us to continue to cut taxes and responsibly phase out our income tax in the years to come. I want to once again thank all of our partners in the room for their hard work to make this announcement possible. It's never easy to slow the growth of government, but through discipline and strong fiscal stewardship, we've gotten it done. I'll now turn it over to Secretary Fiskin, who can walk us through the dashboard in more detail, and then I'll come back up and take a few questions. Thank you so much.
Good morning. It's great to see everybody today. It's a privilege to be here. This has been just a great teamwork, team effort. The cabinet secretaries, thank you all so much for your help. SAS leadership, we've got our team here. The Arkansas Forward team, the AR Data team. There are a few people in particular that we work with every day. I want to call out Courtney Traylor as our chief of staff and also leading this project at our department. Carol Hartman is here, and she really knows everything about data. I kind of am nervous to share that because I'm scared somebody's going to try to hire her away. But she's just done great work, and she's going to help us run through the PowerPoint today, too. And then Nisa Manali is here, I hope, and he's done a great job. He's the technical guru behind the scenes that has really put this dashboard together. So today we're just thrilled with the progress we've made. We've verified $118 million in savings, and that's an estimated savings of $69 per taxpayer. So this morning we want to show you where the dashboard's going to be. It's going to be on the governor's, as you can see right here, it's hosted on the governor's website. And we are making monthly updates to this. So this will be reflected each month as we make progress through this. The next slide is going to show you how the dashboard begins. We've got a brief explanation of the initiative, the running tally of the verified savings, and then there's a link to download Arkansas Forward's most recently updated numbers. And these numbers have been verified by our team, Carol and our team, also working with the Department of Finance and Administration. Andy Babbitt, who's in the back of the room, has been an essential part of helping us design and create this validation process. And we've got all the calculations that will be validated on here for you. So you can download the spreadsheet and then you can see all of our processes. Okay, our next slide. This is our favorite. This is our dollar bill, and it easily charts the progress so that you can see the progress that we're making as we move into heading towards 2030. And the figures will be automatically updated. As our spreadsheet files are updated, it will automatically download and update this dollar bill for you. So our next section shows you the tiles, and these are the 5 areas that we have focused on for the savings. As you can see, we've got technology modernization, procurement and vendor management, financial efficiency and cost reduction, staffing and workforce optimization, and then facilities and infrastructure. So on the tile display, you can see the numbers right here on the savings that we've verified. And when you hover over those, when you're on the website, the tile will flip and it will show you a definition of what's included in each of those categories. So, and the additional tile to the right with the download arrow, that will give you a link to the most updated numbers with our spreadsheets. Okay, and slide 6 is focusing on success stories. I, like the governor, like Selby, love spreadsheets, but some of us don't. And so this really gives you a good, I think, a nutshell summary of some of the feature stories that we've identified. We've got, as the governor's already mentioned, the DHS contract, and we've got savings for the governor's office of no longer paying for real estate in very expensive Washington, D.C. And then we've got, we've moved app hosting to in-house with the state, so that has saved us a lot of money as well. One of the items that scrolls through here is with somebody that I work with, Thurl Smith and his team are here, and Thurl has really been the lead behind the phone line and fax line savings. He literally is walking around calling these phone numbers from his cell phone himself to see if they're being used. So we are very appreciative of their efforts. And the next slide summarizes in it. We've got FAQs. We know people will have lots of questions. We will update those too as we are receiving more questions. And we just have more details on the savings and operations. And then we also show the information on the validation process from the CFOs at each of our departments and with the Department of Finance Administration. So thank you so much for having me here today.
If anybody has questions, we are happy to take a view.
Governor, critics say that Arkansas Board is nothing more than corporate welfare. This puts corporation profits over the citizens of Arkansas. What's your response to those critics? Is this an example of government getting too involved in the private sector?
This is an example of government not wasting taxpayer dollars. For those critics, I invite you to ask them if they think it's a good use of money to pay for phone lines for employees that don't even work for state government. To me, that is a huge waste of money, and we have a responsibility as the government to use taxpayer dollars wisely. And we're always going to continue to look for the best ways possible to provide quality service, but not waste money. To me, that's irresponsible and ridiculous. And so, I mean, I think you can look, that's why we created the dashboard, is so that there's transparency in the process. You can see the types of savings. And because of that, we'll be able to continue to cut taxes, which again, I think is very fiscally responsible.
So, a little, been down this rodeo before, the previous administration, which a lot of the numbers. What is savings? Are we really talking about reallocating money to help pay for the pay plan? Or what are we talking about? I mean, you can, state government's so complicated. Tell me which narrative you want me to say, and I'll find it.
I think that's one of the reasons that we felt like this was an important piece of it, so you can see the actual dollars being saved. Some of them are direct savings, others are cost avoidance. Here's an example. We used to just go on auto renewal for a lot of contracts for state government. We're not doing that anymore. We're actually negotiating those contracts instead of just allowing them to go back into practice, making sure that whatever they say they are delivering, they are, and in many cases, we're adding additional services for no additional cost. In a lot of cases, you have every single agency negotiating going into contracts separately, paying for the same services, but different cost. We're now bringing those into one agency at SAS and using the collective buying power of negotiating some of those contracts. So we're not only saving money, but getting better services and paying less for them.
So the dashboard includes direct savings in five separate categories and cost avoidance. It doesn't get
You'll be able to see some of the specific projects. I'll let Leslie talk specifically on that breakdown, but you will be able to see both direct savings as well as some of the cost avoidance. I'm sorry? A legislative audit looks at everything we do. And so, in fact, frankly, I wish they would spend more time looking at real projects like this instead of the hundreds of hours that they've wasted on ridiculous projects. I think if they would like a list of things to look at, I'd be happy to provide one.
So does this factor in the cost of the pay plan? Because as part of Arkansas Board, the consultant makes recommendations for the pay plan overall. And for some reason, that's been separated from Arkansas Board. So when people look at things globally, it seems like it's been separated.
The savings that we've received individually by department through Arkansas Forward, that savings was taken and utilized to decrease the actual impact of the cost of the pay plan for each department. So it depends on department by department, but we're welcome to get you those numbers.
Any other questions? We should have just had a one-on-one sit-down, right?
It seems like the legislative involvement in this project is substantially less than transformation, unless I'm missing something.
I think
Does the legislature need to get more involved?
we probably have different opinions. I'll let them weigh in on that. I think what this transformation did was set us up, frankly, to take this type of initiative on. One of the easiest ways that I feel like you can explain what happened in transformation, have you ever put a jigsaw puzzle together, and when you're in the process of doing it, you separate out all the pieces, you put the greens here, the blues, the yellows, the edges into different little categories? That's kind of what transformation did. Now we're putting all the pieces together. And so I think that is what is allowing us to have collective buying power, have negotiating power through SAS, and actually utilizing shared services in a way that we weren't previously. And so to me, that was the first step, and now we're actually moving forward and putting some of those things into practice. And I'm I think our team at SAS has done a phenomenal job of helping provide shared services. I really don't think that that department was being utilized fully until now. I think under the direction of Secretary Fiskin, we're actually using a lot of the shared services to provide better efficiencies. We have a cabinet that works extremely well together, and I'm proud of the work that they've done, and I think it's an effective model at this point. Right. Thank you guys so much. Have a happy 4th of July if we don't get the great privilege of seeing you again. So, thank you.